Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin' with Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thank you so much for logging on, tuning in, clicking over. Now, one more thing, hit subscribe. Smash the little bell. Get notified whenever we're hanging out with an author, artist, filmmaker, musician, creative mind of any kind, right here on the Hangin' with Web Show. So hit subscribe. We are at the Gallie Artworks Art Festival in historic downtown Gallie in Melbourne, Florida. So thanks for hanging out with us today. We're hanging out right now with artist and painter Michiel Bullock. Michael, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Thanks for being on the show. So, first of all, congratulations. We understand you did the poster for this year's Artworks Festival. Yes. You did good, obviously. There's good attendance out here.
Yeah, we've had great crowds.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. So, how long have you been working as an artist?
Actually, for about 60 years now. I started out as a little kid. My parents got me my first oil painting kit when I was 8
you were
years
hooked.
old. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
that is fantastic. So, let's talk a little bit about your journey as an artist. Did you have another life outside of art, or have you been okay?
Yeah. Artists still have to eat, and
it's true. It's true. Write a book, paint a picture, and then go to work.
Right.
Because we do like a little more than ramen noodles on a regular basis. So, okay. So, the work that you did here, we're going to spin up the poster from this year. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about that piece and the work that you did. What did you want to evoke with that piece?
That piece represents the Gallie Pier, which has been there in one form or another for, gosh, I guess over 50 years.
When I was young, it was a makeout point. Just saying, it was.
Yeah, and it's as you might know, it's down adjacent to Squid Lips. Mm-hmm. And it's just one of the more well-known
historical places here in town. Yeah, and it does have a long history. Yeah. You know, for the community. And like I said, you know, when in the 70s and 80s, the kids knew it because we'd all come down here and park, as it were. Yeah. But it's always been a prominent place in the community.
Right. Yeah.
So it's great to evoke that image for the downtown area. Now, are you native to Melbourne, this area?
I've lived in this area about 40 years now.
Okay.
Originally from North Carolina.
A lot of changes in the area in that time. And one of those changes has been the building of this area up as an art district, as a home for our community.
Right.
What are your thoughts on that? Have you enjoyed watching those changes?
We've actually been meeting several of the galleries. We've been meeting recently, trying to come up with new, fresh ideas to bring people down to the EGAD area. I'm a member of Fifth Avenue Art Gallery right here on Highland.
Awesome.
And all of the galleries have been getting together on a bi-weekly basis here lately, just trying to come up with ideas and get people's attention, remind them that, you know, this place exists down here, and remind them about First Fridays. You know. Yeah,
it is. It's kind of, people change slowly.
Yeah.
And you know, when I grew up around here, it was, you know, the Old O'Gallie area was just Old O'Gallie, and there wasn't much here. And then when they started bringing, you know, more and more of the artists in and doing things like this at First Fridays, it was great early on to see that happening. But people kind of adjusted and got used to it and went away for a while.
Yeah, it got blasé again. And so what we're trying to do is just come up with some way to reinvigorate the place and get people coming back down here again. And during the winter, it's usually a little better than it is during the summer.
Yeah, you know? and we do have the nature of being a decent-sized city that with a small-town feel is that we do have a good number of snowbirds that come down and help to revitalize us every winter, send our kids off to college.
And we very much appreciate that.
That is right. Very good. You said at 8 years old you got your first set of oils?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. What was your preferred medium? Do you like oil on canvas or acrylics, or do you have
oil on canvas?
Oil on canvas?
That's all I ever do.
That's fantastic. What are your favorite subjects? What do you like to paint?
The ocean.
The ocean?
The beach.
Awesome.
The beach. The
awesome.
Ocean.
And you can't.
I mean, which works around here great.
What you know what's great is that we have some 400 and change miles of coast in Florida, and every beach has something unique about it.
Yep.
So whether you're on the big drive-on beaches up in Daytona or down here over the Gallie Causeway, at where there's more coral and
Yeah,
things around.
they all have a whole characteristic of their own.
What do you look for when you're looking for a subject?
Something that'll interest the viewer and me. I just finished a series on Cocoa Beach Pier.
Oh wow!
From different angles. I just finished a series before that on local surfers.
Oh wow! Just local surfers and in their natural habitat, as it were. Yeah, that is fantastic. So the piece that you did for the festival this year, how did you choose that particular piece, or did you do that special for this?
Whenever you do a poster for this show, they like it to represent something very local.
It doesn't get much more local than that. It's a block away.
That's what I thought. And I love doing sunsets and sunrises because of the lighting.
The color, the natural color in the air at those times of day it's unbelievable. Anywhere you are, there's nobody that doesn't love a sunset. There's nobody that doesn't love a sunrise. And if you're in Florida and you catch a sunrise over the water, that's
beautiful.
Yeah, you've just seen music for the eyes.
Yeah. We're so fortunate around. I mean, there are people all around the world who spend a year saving up money to be able to spend a week here on vacation.
Yeah.
We get to be here
all the time. And I think sometimes we forget what we have.
Yes.
We kind of drive around and go through our lives like we do, and you forget that we have the most beautiful sunrises in the world. We have, the river, for all of our complaining, about mid-August, that river, the brackish water does have a unique scent.
Yeah.
But for all of our complaining, it's gorgeous.
Oh, drive across the causeway
Yeah.
at sunset or sunrise.
It's absolutely gorgeous. Now, we know you've been painting a very long time, and you've done probably thousands of different pieces. But we know most of our artists that sit in the chair usually tell us they've always got one or two that are in their head, dream pieces, things they want to do in the future. Anything in your head that you wanna that you're looking forward to starting or finishing? Or
Yeah, I actually, even though I do a lot of beach scenes, one of my favorite places is Yosemite Park.
Oh wow!
And, I actually do a lot of painting of Yosemite.
Oh,
but people don't come here to see Yosemite. They come here to see the beach.
Because it turns out Yosemite is a place. You can go there
Yeah.
and check it out.
But I love painting there,
Yeah.
the majesty of some of their mountains.
That is something that always stands out to a Floridian, because that's the one type of environment we don't necessarily have. We don't have mountains.
Yeah, Mount Dora is about as close to a mountain
Yeah,
as
I mean, it is, I tell the kids in the neighborhood the berm in front of my house is about as high as it's going to go, at least for another 80 miles, in any direction. So, but it's neat to see that you enjoy painting from those other perspectives as well. Have you been to Yosemite?
Oh, several times.
Several times?
I ride a Harley Davidson
You rode out
not this past May, but the May before. I
cross
got on my
country all the
bike
way
and
to
rode out to Morro Bay.
Wow.
And Grand Canyon.
That's a good ride.
Just did a solo ride by myself. Didn't have to argue over which roads to take. So.
That's always nice. That's always nice. Look, driving from here to see my family in upstate New York is a challenge when you have three other people in the car that are like, you should go this way, you should go that way.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Michael, for your time, man. We do like to ask, you've had a long career as an artist, and throughout that time, there have got to be some moments that stood out, some moments when you just felt this is incredibly rewarding. Can you speak to one of those?
I did a small painting about 4 years ago, just of my hand holding my dog tags and a peace sign.
Wow.
And with kind of a abstract American flag in the background. You could make out that it was the American flag.
Oh, wow.
And a gentleman came to me, and it had a card with it that talked about the Vietnam War. And his brother had been killed in action in the Vietnam War. And he bought the painting and explained to me that he was going to use the painting in a shadow box to develop a memorial to his brother. He was going to put his brother's ribbons and what have you in there, and that was was pretty touching.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
Yeah, I mean, he was almost in tears.
It
wasn't long. He was almost had me in tears.
One of the things we talk about is we talk to so many different kinds of artists here on the show, and we talk to musicians and we talk to writers and painters, but all of us have one thing in common: we're all storytellers.
Yes. Yeah.
Whether we're telling a snapshot story or we're telling 200,000 words,
Yeah.
we're all storytellers. And when you have a piece like that and its story speaks so much to the person that's buying
Yeah.
it or interested in it, or to just the passersby,
Right.
it's an incredible feeling
Oh, it is.
to know that your story has connected with somebody. I take it you're a Vietnam vet?
No, I was in the service back then, but I didn't make it to Vietnam. My brother did.
It was a very different era.
Yes.
Thank you for your service, by the way.
Thank
From
you.
one old Army grunt.
Yeah.
I served in the 90s during the Gulf War.
Did you?
And,
Okay. Well, thank you.
So it was. It is. Brevard County is amazing because I think if you throw a rock down the street, you'll probably hit a veteran in the
Pretty
head.
much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We have an incredible veterans community here.
Yeah.
And it's never ceased to amaze me as we've done this and been on this journey, how much of our veterans community is a part of our arts community
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
And that does spill into the work, and those stories do come through in the paintings and the writings. Some of our local musicians who have served, it's in their music. It's such an amazing thing, and thank you for being a part of that,
Oh,
because
thank you.
that really is incredible. That is my shut up card. She does the wiggle thing when she thinks I'm not paying attention.
Yeah.
As I'm not right now.
Yep.
However, I will say thank you to Famous Faces and Funny, Space Coast Comics, our good friends at Indie Originals, our great friends at Hearts Helping Others of Central Florida and Krypton Radio, as well as our very good friend Josh Bauer at J. Bauer Art for all the pieces that are here on our set today. Josh does acrylics on canvas,
Oh, cool.
and he works commission work, and he does a lot of popular culture icons. In fact, the one behind you is our own, that is our own Hangin' with Web Show's
wow.
cosplay
That's
Michael,
cool. Yeah.
who modeled for that particular painting. So thank you to Josh for all you do for us, and thank you to all of you out there who are watching. Remember, down below you're going to find links so you can go on social media or wherever you can find Michael and check out his work.
Yep.
And check out more from him and where he's going to be up the road. Remember to stay tuned in and stay logged on to see who we're hanging with next. Boom. All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Michael.
you.
Awesome, man.